Hey guys, what's going on? Elite Empire FX, we're back again with another forecast. First thing that you guys probably can notice, we've fixed our audio issues, wasn't too bad, but we promised that we'd get it fixed for the next video. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So happy New Year to all of you guys. New year, new me, as what they say all the time. Planning to move this team forward this year. I'm going to focus on it a lot more and focus a lot more on the trading side as well. So, right, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get straight into it. So with the forecast last week, I was actually expecting, if I get my line over here, we had these two double tops around about 1815 and 1814. I expected some sort of move to the upside and then a swift move down. So you could see that we got this move to the upside, broke 1815. Once I seen the sharp rejection on the hour after, I managed to get in on retracements for the entry to push price down around about 240 pips, I think it was. So it was a great trade. I did manage to take profits 80 pips down. So here was a trade. You can see that 1815, sorry, this blue line was broken. I waited for a bearish engulfing candle which pushed down. This confirmed that the liquidity collection was done, right? I then waited for a retracement, even if I drop down on a smaller time frame just to show you guys, because I know a lot of you guys have problems when entering trades. So this is exactly what I was looking for. We had extra bit of liquidity collection here, right? Liquidity leftover, sorry. You can see that we've respected this area. We then got a big push to the upside. This would have collected all stop losses waiting up here for the early sellers and buy stops as well. Get them caught in buy positions from up here. Market then pushes down. This would have been an ideal scenario for me to start looking for sells. Why? Because the risk to reward ratio would be absolutely fantastic. I then seen a retracement back to this support. Support, which is would now be resistance. I then opened a sell position here. Stop loss was near enough, around about 40 to 30 pips. I wasn't expecting price to get back towards this level up here, so I left the stop loss there. You can see the entry was absolutely perfect. We came and hit entry and then instantly rejected and never kind of went back above it, which is great. I actually thought this area would maybe break back up for like one more little push down and then continue, but that didn't happen. So I was lucky on that. If I then move this target down, where was I targeting? Let's see now. So usually I tend to open my trades for the day and then take my profits. I was looking at these, this kind of trend that we had going on over here. Here, basically something like this. I was looking for price to break below these lows here and these lows here, because I was expecting a continuation move to the downside, and also for price to get back towards the actual neckline, which is over here. So near enough there. You can see that I took profits over here. It's around about 80 pips, which I noted down when I took the profits. However, I did mention for the people in the VIP chat to continue holding your trades, as I do expect this to fall further. And what exactly happened the next day, we absolutely melted to the ground here, and we took profit around about 240 pips, which is absolute crazy. The risk to reward on this trade was around about, say, 6 to 1. So if you risked 1% on this trade, you would have made 6 times that back in that one trade. So yeah, that was a fantastic trade there. So I actually expected price to pull back for this right shoulder to be formed. But as you know, end of year can be very manipulated, and they want to get as many people stuck in trades as possible. So once I seen this price action, I was like, nope, we're not going to be going down anytime soon. 1823 was my level to watch. As you guys know from the previous forecast, this breaker block. But since it was 1 p.m. and price was actually pushing very hard to the upside, I wanted to wait. because I wasn't going to enter at this area here, because you can see what happened. Basically, price rocketed to the upside. That would have taken all the stop losses. And also, there was no specific stop loss placement because we never had any structure beforehand in this area. If I zoom out, if TradingView allows me to, and I'll move back. Yeah, time frame is way too small. You can see at this area here, there's not really a position to place any stop loss. The only great position, as I said from the last video, would have been 1850, but that would have been way too big, more of 180 pip stop loss. That's not how I trade. I'll go for great risk to reward. What I was expecting for price to push up into the 1823 area, and then to push back down and break structure. We would have then looked for entries on a retest, something like that, and then expecting price to continue lower. But we didn't get that. I took a trade from 1826. It was more of a high risk trade. Managed to go into 40 pips profit, something like this. But then price did manage to come back up and I was out of break even. So I was happy to be out of break even. We gave it a shot. Gold actually didn't want to move down on that day. So there was no point entering again, just because of the fact that we came back up to this area, created some more liquidity. And you can see if I bring this box across, we touched it once, twice, 3, 4 times, pulled back for one little charge up, and then price broke straight through 1828. And again, this time I closed the chart. So I was out of the market anyway at that time. Right, next week, when we're looking at, yeah, the price action still explains a bearish move incoming. Maybe this might be the last charge, hence why it's getting as high as possible for premium price. Head and shoulders is still intact with neckline below here, below the 1760. 1835. This was an area that I mentioned in my previous forecast, and it's crazy how we're getting this 1835. We're getting really close to this 1835. If I go back to where this 1835 level is and zoom in, you guys to see, right, 1835 is this top of this fair value gap that we have here. Within this gap, there is uncollected orders. You can see prices in the middle here. If I just mark that line, if you guys can't see, price is actually at the blue line currently. This is current time where market's closed. So it's currently 50, maybe 60% of the way in of this fill here. Yeah, you could do something like that from the top below. Yeah, currently 50% right in the middle. We could expect maybe a bit more of a collection on market open. But once I start to see some sort of bearish candle or structure break, that you best believe that I'm looking for sell positions from this area. I'm not looking to get in straight away. Another tip on how I'm going to be looking for entries is I don't really use trend line much, but I kind of use it to just form a visual indication on where structure would be and how I would be expecting a structure break. So you can see that we have this area of support, which turned into resistance, which is at the solid institutional level of 1820, which is right here. I'll remove that line. So what I'll be expecting is either for price to push back up a little, maybe collect some more orders, and then expecting some sort of sharp move to the downside. Now, maybe this might happen at the start of the week. If this happens, obviously we won't be able to catch the initial impulse, but that's perfectly fine, man. Just because the targets are so big on this potential setup, that I don't mind even missing the initial drop, right? Because I know we should get a retracement to confirm this move and to confirm the break. Once we get that, then stop losses get tighter, right? And this is what I get excited about, because once price starts to pull up, you know that stop losses would be above the previous high that we created, right? I'm not expecting price to go any higher than this now. If it does, I want to be out of the trade, okay? So once something like that happens, then I'd be expecting to take a much bigger position, potentially back down to the neckline first. And then on long term, I know a lot of people have been asking what are the long-term targets on this. If I just delete everything here, if this bearish move still plays out, I'm expecting price to go back below to 1788 1770s, and then even break 1750 and down below to the old the low level, which we've been all been waiting for, which is that 1680 level. So still expecting one big correction first. Once we get to that 1680 level, I will be expecting buyers to be getting in, fundamentals to start shifting, and gold aiming for that all-time high, which we've all been waiting for as well. Also, one more thing regarding this pullback is if you draw a fib from this high level to the low, you can see we are around the reversal area, around about 61.8 to about 50%. We are in this zone. If you keep getting a move up, I'm not expecting price to go above 1835. If it does, then we'll probably have to reevaluate, and I'll be sending updates if we do. Be sure to check the links in the description. You know, I've got free channels. I've also got a VIP where I help people on a personal level as well with their trades. Okay, so yeah, so since we're around about this area, more confluences are appearing, okay, for a potential move down. We may get a move like this, and then some sort of retracement back to 1820, and then a continuation down. And then this would be the start of the bearish move continuation, lower, and we go down to there. Right, so that's basically it for the forecast. I'm not expecting anything else. If sentiment changes and we do continue a little higher, I'll be updating on the channel. Be sure to follow the links and join the link, sorry, below. And yeah, catch you guys next week. Peace.